I got all the breeding rack bulkheads in for one row. So a silicone, I cracked 2 tanks, one from putting leverage on the bulkhead when I was attaching it, and the other from cranking it too tight because it was leaking water. So what it ended up doing is these are kind of tests. I cut out some panels, and there's just one of these that doesn't even go all the way through. This one does. There's a little hairline crack right on that Sharpie line. But I cut out 2 big panels off old scrap, drill a hole through them, and kind of clamped it in there. And then the rest of them, I just made a little sandwich of silicone. It took hardly anything, but I didn't want to. I was having to tighten them too much, especially for these thin 10-gallon tank lids. So I just decided to dab them with silicone and then tighten them tight, but not just so, because the rubber washers aren't good enough. They're not flexible enough. This one you can almost kind of see there's a crack right up at the center to the left, and it actually ends before it even gets to the edge of the glass panel. So it's just like a tiny fracture. That's the one from tightening, or maybe from leverage. But I think those should work. They'll go on the bottom. They'll be part of a snail breeding system or something like that. But I'm kind of interested. 10 gallons are cheap, but I was just kind of interested to see in the fix. And I needed to... My protocol for 10 gallons is now going to be just to silicone the bulkheads, because it's not worth... It's worth just keeping them a turn looser, or just getting them tight with silicone, I think, than it is to try and crank the washers down and crack a bunch of 10 gallons. And I got new hole saws because mine was worn out, and the new ones cut in about 1/10 of the time. And these are some of my extra for the top. What you doing? No.